I just had to make this video. There's so many changes now happening on semen retention, especially now that, I've gone completely sober, eating healthier, incorporating cold showers, and really learning how to channel my energy now into different pursuits, and also allowing it to lead me, so to speak, letting my energy lead me into all the right circumstances, the right scenarios, the right opportunities, the right people. Because the energy speaks, right? The energy speaks for itself. It's like having your own personal internal compass that just leads you where you need to go according to God's purpose. Now, some of the main changes that I've been experiencing lately are, actually, I have a lot, but let's just kind of go down the list. First one that I've been noticing are reactions from people, right? Now, when I used to wear Moldavite, oh my gosh, the amount of people that would just surround me for no apparent reason. Like, I even had a time where I was catching the light rail. Kid you not, it was me and one other guy. Only two people at like 1 a.m. Out of nowhere, he decides to come and walk all the way around to the other side where I was standing and sit right behind me. I literally told him he was a weirdo. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, it'd be like going into the bathroom and there's like a whole row of like urinals, and you have one random guy just come in there and stand right next to you and pee right next to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, use the urinal right next to you. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you know how weird that is? And so, yeah, I immediately stopped wearing Moldavite because Moldavite really attracts people to me, and I don't like that. I like having my privacy. I like, people keeping their distance and not being weird. But I've been noticing even now, when I don't wear Moldavite, my energy is becoming stronger, so I'm still attracting individuals, but now it's people that are like myself, which I actually do like. People who resemble my same thoughts, my same characteristics. They're clean, they're wealthy, they're, loving, they work out, like all of it. Like, now I'm attracting people that are like myself, which I absolutely love. And that's different, right? Than from when I was wearing Moldavite, where I just attract random people that, are lost or hurting. And I just don't have time to deal with that. It's a very low vibrational. I don't have time to help, people like that. Nobody helped me. I helped myself. Well, God honestly helped me, but, his spirit has guided me since, the time that I fell in a very dark place. I didn't have anyone help me. It was actually just God. And so I know that I technically don't really need to help anyone. If anything, I'm just here to share my path, and then whatever resonates with anyone, and if it helps them, then yeah, that's great. But I'm not going to sit there, one-on-one with people, because no one ever did that for me except God. Anyways, guys, so moving on. So that's something I've noticed now with my semen retention energy. As it increases, I'm now attracting more people that are like myself, and my purpose, my passions have changed as well. I'm no longer chasing anything except God, and it brings me so much peace. Before I used to chase things, the cars, the houses, and all of that, the money, all of that I used to chase, and it always left me empty. And now when I chase God, I'm so fulfilled, and yet everything just comes to me naturally. It's like a natural byproduct, and the sexual energy just attracts it, right? It opens up new doors. The amount of, new wealth streams that just keep coming to me naturally just occur, as I go about my day. I don't even think about it. I don't worry about it. I just focus on God, and everything just falls into place. So that's something else that I've noticed. Don't really even have like a goal. My goal, I guess, would be to follow God, and that's pretty much it. And that's easy, really. You just spend time with God and read his word. And so those are some of the other recent changes I've been noticing, along with also, very, very aware of energies around me. And my sexual energy naturally repels people that I don't align with. It's a beautiful thing. I control my environment, meaning if I don't like you, like if I'm not feeling your vibe, it's very negative, it's very toxic, I know how to dispel you from my, view, so to speak. I've gotten naturally really good at just handling and harnessing my sexual energy, where I can control my environment and people around me to do really whatever I want. Like I really can. And it's very subtle. There's ways you can do it to where people don't even notice. But I'm not even going to get into that, because you're not even going to be able to do it unless you retain. So there's no point in me even telling you, right? And so some of those secrets, maybe I'll teach people later on if they reach a certain level of semen retention, and if they want to learn, I could teach them for obviously a price, because that stuff is very powerful information, and it shouldn't just be given to anyone. And even if I do give it to some people, it wouldn't even matter, because you really need a lot of sexual energy to be able to control your environment and things around you to such a degree that's in alignment with a higher purpose too. It's not just to flaunt and say, oh, you have all this power. Like, no, it has to be done for a purpose, like a higher purpose. And so that's something else I've noticed. Also, since I started doing cold showers, my urges have gone away, which is amazing, because I didn't like not always being like tensed up and always feeling like I had to, I don't know, always felt like I was on the verge of releasing, and now it's calmed down. It's very, very, very natural. Like I said, it's like being a kid again. You don't feel those urges. You're just using and channeling that energy to have fun and be creative and, just live life in the moment, and, before you fell into lust and, and the old patterns that this world is in. I'm just so aware now of how people are programmed, especially us guys. Like we're programmed from a very young age to be looking at women and to have girls and this fake image of what a man is and what a man isn't, and it's crazy, because it just keeps getting passed on from generation to generation. And I'm here to break that curse. Like, it's done. It ends with me. Like, I'm breaking this curse. And so I'm not going to think the way the world does. I'm going to think the way God's wisdom teaches me, because it's better and it works. I'm seeing it in my life, like, come to life. And it's funny, because when you become aware of the truth, you just see how everyone else is just lost. They've just been programmed, because our minds can be reprogrammed. I've been reprogramming my mind for like the past 15 years, and it's not easy. It takes dedication, it takes commitment, it takes working on it day in and day out, because if you don't work on it day in and day out, you'll just fall back to the same patterns, because we're around all this crap around us all the time. You have to work at it every single day. And most people can't do that. And so, semen retention has given me that extra boost to just continue renewing my mind, being in the Word of God, reprogramming myself to have a kingdom mindset, because 99% of people out here don't have it. 99% of people will never think higher thoughts like God's, or even know some of the stuff that's in the Bible. And it's just, it's their loss. I guess they weren't called for it, or maybe one day, maybe they're just not ready, right? If you look at it from a spiritual perspective. But as of right now, going back to the cold showers, maybe I'll go on around on that other stuff later. But going back to the cold showers, being here in Colorado, when it snows, I like barely feel the cold now, because I've just been training with the cold showers. I can go out, as long as it's not really like windy, like I could be out in negative whatever weather and it feels good. I'll be out in shorts. Right now I'm wearing my jacket because I like this jacket. It's pretty cool. But so you do get stronger. The cold showers also help you, do things you don't want to do. And when you reprogram your mind to do things you don't like, and yet you still do them, you become stronger, right? You can channel that energy into other things, like say you need to go work out and you don't feel like it, but you still go do it anyways. That builds, character, builds that inner strength within you to just get it done. And so along with that, guys, a lot of, the cold showers, the way I interact with people now is different. Like I said, I'm really just attracting people that are like myself, which is amazing, right? and people that are growing, people that want to move forward, and really like-minded individuals, which is so new to me. It's so new, but it's fantastic. Along with that, my eating habits have changed, and I notice how my body just feels so amazing, just from eating healthier. And my mindset has changed a lot too. New perspectives, really diving into the Word of God, on one specific book that's really just changing everything, and it's amazing to see the truth now on how easy life could be. I wish I would have learned this when I was a kid. I could have avoided so many mistakes and accidents and just so much. Like, it's crazy how this book, it's really the only book in the Bible I think you really need, and you'll be good. You'll live a really good life, a very happy life, enjoyable life. And gosh, like, once you start reading this book in the Bible, it's you just see how lost everyone is. Like, if everyone just followed this book, everyone would be happy. Like, it's just crazy how you just come to that realization. But other than that, there's also a lot of other things I've been going through, like spiritually. Like, you're always growing on semen retention. Like, you're always, because the energy is always accumulating, so you're always changing and evolving too. And when you start to build that energy up, you got to channel it into other things, right? Otherwise, when you eventually reach like a point where it does it naturally, where it'll just channel into the things that you need on the spiritual journey. So you don't really have to think about it too much, which is really cool. But you have to get through the gunk, right? You have to deal with past wounds. You have to deal with the fears, your insecurities. Like, you have to be strong enough to go through all of that, because this journey is not easy, right? Especially if you finally made the decision to just stick with it forever and, not get married, not have kids, just stick with it. Because so many people are programmed to think they have to get married and have kids because everyone else is doing it. And it's funny because it's such a lie. Like you just become aware of how this world is so lost. Like, the way that it trains people, and gosh, it's just, it's everyone's lost, everyone's lost. And it's just sad to see. It's very sad to see, but at least I can say I'm working on myself. I'm breaking this curse for myself and for whoever chooses to follow this path later on in life. We are pioneering this way, because I don't know anyone else is doing it like I am, and who's really committed themselves to this. So if you guys are tuning in, you guys are going to be watching something amazing, an incredible transformation on semen retention and everything that I learned along the way, because it's an incredible journey. And I finally feel like I've reached a point where I've cleared out all the gunk. I've dealt with all the fears, all the insecurities, and now I'm just good. Like, I'm good. I don't have the urges. I'm just chilling now, letting it do what it needs to, letting it guide me on this path, and just letting it every day be an adventure, because I trust the energy. I trust the energy now that it's leading me exactly where I need to go at any given moment. And I'm also noticing the powers too, right? The powers of controlling people, the powers of controlling my environment. I can even control animals. And it really just, there's different levels of energy in others as well that you can tune into to see how easily you can manipulate them, so to speak, or how easily you can control them in a way that's good for them, or for even just yourself. Because I mostly use my energy to control others to either leave me alone, almost like creating a barrier so that they can't enter into it and come near me too much, or I will draw them in. Like, that's the only power that I use my sexual energy for at this moment. I'm sure I'll figure out how to use my energy for other things. Obviously, for manifestation, I can use that very quickly, but I also want to make sure I'm in alignment with whatever God needs me to manifest at any given time. And so I'm not going too crazy on that, right? Because I realize material things, come and go, but things that I can manifest within myself, something internal, lasts forever. So that's what I'm focusing on now more, is my character, manifesting things that I want and who I want to be on the inside. and not worrying too much on the external at the moment, although I have created, environments for myself where I have, and I'm surrounded by incredible and amazing people and a lot of wealth, which is what I wanted. So now I can focus on the internal. And this was done very quickly. You manifest so quickly when you're on semen retention. And so I'm really just enjoying this journey, guys, and I'm glad I get to share it with you, for whoever will come after me and following a similar path, or at least just maybe needs a golden nugget from this information that I'm sharing to help them on their journey. It's amazing just to share. And you realize that one of the biggest things that I will end this video with is that I'm learning to fear God, in the sense where that's all that matters. The Word of God says that if you fear Him, that's the beginning of knowledge, and whoever trembles before God too will be blessed. And that's it, man. That's it. Be scared of God, not because He doesn't love you, but because He's all powerful. Like, we're like little ants compared to Him, and it's not even about size. It's about He can really do whatever He wants. He has all the power in the world to destroy you or to bless you. And it's like, you might as well do what He wants you to do, because He'll bless you. And that's where I want to get at, to the point where I tremble just even thinking about doing something that'll make God angry. I want to be so scared of God that I put Him at the forefront of everything I do. Like, hey, like, is this something my Father would be proud of me if I did or didn't do, right? And so that's where I'm at right now in my journey, guys. I know I've created this video somewhat long, but there's still so much more juicy, information out there about Moldavite, and well, not even Moldavite, just semen retention. And Moldavite, it's like I don't know, I would probably maybe compare it to like a boost. People would say maybe it's like a steroid, right? It's like it just takes you to another level. But I don't even like wearing Moldavite right now. It just attracts way too many people to me, and I don't want that. Like, I love my space, I love my energy, I love being with God. And to be around me in my presence, like, you have to be at a certain frequency. Like, I just don't allow everyone into my frequency. I honor who I am. I honor God, obviously, first. And yeah, I love having my distance away from people at all times. And so, guys, take what you need from this video, apply it to your life, and keep moving forward. That's all I can really say. You guys are on your own spiritual journeys, and you guys got to do what you guys got to do, to keep growing and put in the work, because it's not easy. Like, you have to be committed, you have to be persistent, and if you're not called to really evolve to the best version of yourself in this lifetime, then maybe it'll happen in another one. But at least I'm dropping these gold nuggets, and I'm leaving, breadcrumbs for you, and then eventually, you'll come to this conclusion on your own. So, guys, I hope you are all having a great and wonderful day. I am sending you guys so much love from where I'm at, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. Peace.